Hello, sorry my camera looks a little bit weird at the moment. My phone's acting up and I don't know what it is. I'll try to get fixed, but, you know. But today we're actually doing my biggest video in a while, which is the Indiana Beach reveal. So, I went to Indiana Beach on the 7th of this month, and it is currently the 24th. And it is literally 12:42 in the morning. So that's nice. But I went there, had a fun time. I went there with my brother and my mom. I did post a short, the day we went, but that was after we already completed everything. So, what basically happened was, I went to Indiana Beach on October 11th, 2020 for my first time ever. I rode Tigger, Hoosier Hurricane, and Lost Coaster Superstition Mountain. That's why I rode there. That time. This time I rode Tigger, Cyclone, and Cornball Express. So that was fun. I'm still never gonna do. Probably not gonna do Steel Hog. I might next time we go, but you know, this was a really fun trip. Like, I was trying to go for my birthday last year and the year before, and my mom finally said yes for this year, so that was nice. It was only an hour 30-minute drive because we were staying at a hotel kind of close. So, I mean, it wasn't that far of a drive. We got Starbucks, so I was happy. A cookie crumble frappuccino, was happy. But we, you know, went there and we got in at the bridge, which is where I took my video. That's before we went on anything, obviously. We were walking towards, and at the perfect time, a train was going by on Hoosier Hurricane. At the perfect time. Like, and to make it clear, I was like 7, like, some stupid age, when I went on Hoosier Hurricane and I was crying because of it, because I'm deathly afraid of heights. It's gotten better, like, but it drops 100 feet down, and like hearing that number, it was like I was terrified. But I did do it, and I didn't want to do it again. I didn't even want to do it this time. Um, because like it's a pretty big ride, and like you walk under that structure, and like it's like rusted, and like nah. I didn't like that. And yes, I know how roller coasters work. I'm not just a regular, GP. I'm I wouldn't say I'm an enthusiast, but I know how they work, and I am in the whole, thing. Like, I only watch skateboarding and roller coaster videos. That's it. So, but basically, we got in and the customer service was fantastic. Everyone was so nice to us. We loved it. We loved the customer service. Like, everyone was nice to us. We didn't have one bad encounter that day. Like, it was pretty nice to have a breath of fresh air. Now, the first ride we immediately ran towards was Tigger. Now, the reason I didn't get on Lost Coaster Superstition Mountain was because it was closed down. Like, people were walking on the track, and I immediately knew it was closed down. But we were only there for like 2.5 hours, so I knew I wasn't going to be able to ride it, which was a bummer because I loved Lost Coaster. I wanted to ride it backwards again, but oh well. But basically, we immediately ran towards Tigger. I got a nice back row ride on it with my brother in front. My brother is deathly afraid of heights. My brother is deathly afraid of heights. Like, he would only go on the kiddie coasters, and he was scared of that. Like, bruh. So, I mean, Tigger isn't like the biggest roller coaster in the world. It's like 50 feet up, but it's it's a pretty big improvement. Like, I was, like, saying the whole way up, like, I'm proud of you for doing this. I'm proud of you. Because Tigger's my favorite roller coaster that I've ever been on. Like, I love Tigger. Like, you have no idea. But, just the way it just, like, swoops and, tries to yank you. I love it. I love that. You get a nice pop of air off the drop, so. Like, I mean, yeah. So, we ride that, I'm like, I didn't remember the feeling of it, like, I didn't remember the feeling of roughness. Because remember, the last roller coaster I've been on was 2020. The last time I went to Indiana Beach. That was the last roller coaster I've been on. So, I mean, I didn't remember the feeling of, like, it being rough. I mean, it's not rough. Short coasters aren't rough. But I'm saying, like, that rattle. You know what I'm saying? It's shaking. But I mean, you do not want to hear how many GPs I heard in that line. Like, we did it twice. We did Tigger twice. It was our first ride and the last ride. And I heard somebody say that Cedar Point is their favorite Six Flags park. I heard somebody say that. No joke. I'm not saying. I'm not even kidding. I heard somebody say Cedar Point is their favorite Six Flags park. Let that sink in. Cedar Point is owned by Cedar Fair, not Six Flags. I wanted to punch them, not gonna lie. I wanted to punch them. Like, it just was horrible. Like, the people there are horrible, but not the employees. I'm saying, like, the people there just don't understand roller coasters one bit. Like, I mean, I sound all entitled, and obviously, like, theme parks, you don't have to, like, know everything about roller coasters. You don't have to know every single chain, every single manufacturer. But, like, at least know some stuff. So when you, get a pop of airtime, you're not, like, thinking that you're, like, thinking that you're about to die. And, like, you're talking about it for the whole day. Like, that's also what I heard. Like, somebody wrote Tigger, which, I mean, the pop of air isn't that strong. And they were, like, so, like, terrified. Like, I mean, what do you expect? That's how physics work. You're in a seatbelt around your waist. That's your only restraint. And you're going from flat to this really quickly. Obviously, the force is going to bring you up. Like, people don't understand that. But, I'm getting ahead of myself. And then, we decided to take a little break. I wish I took a video of on Tigger, because my phone, I can hold it very easily and it won't fall out. Like, this is not the phone I film with, but, hold on. I could do this and it fits my hand perfectly, and if I grab it, even more protection. Like, it's not gonna come loose. If I hold on to it really tight, it's not gonna come loose. So, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's go to Cyclone. Cyclone is the generic model, but I only ran one other Cyclone, and it was a called like Super Cyclone at like a Sandus Village in like Illinois. But it had the shoulder straps. Like Premier rides is basically the same restraint as that, and I was terrified of it. This one, it's a buzz bar. So I saw that, and I'm like, okay, I mean, I know I'm safe. I know I'm safe from it. But I'm like, oh god. Here we go. Um, and it was a beautiful day. Perfect 70 degrees. The lake was looking beautiful, and the way on that chain lift where it faces the water, you drop down. Oh my god, it was beautiful. Yeah. But, so that ride you sit by side. So I sat with my brother. I was sitting on the left side. My brother was sitting on the right side of one car, and these two people sat behind us, and they were just like talking about like how they went to Hawaii this one time. Like I like I'm trying to enjoy the ride. I don't want to hear your whole little trip about Hawaii. I don't want to hear that. Um, but yeah, no. I mean that little last part, I wasn't expecting that. I mean, like I got some air going up, which I didn't expect. I got some air going down, up. You know, the whole thing. You get a little bit of air. Like big deal. But that little last part, it's like it goes like side to side. I didn't expect that, so I'm just getting thrown around. But like it's designed to do that. But it was pretty fun. It was pretty fun. Obviously, like that's one of the most clone coasters ever. But it was nice. It was nice. Um, so we ate at this pizza place right near Cyclone. Um, it's like Earl's Pizza or something. We also went to the arcade. Um, we went to the arcade, and I got an arcade card right there. Um, I went to the arcade and I won like 100 rubber duckies because like it kept letting me play. Like I did it once and it just kept letting me play over and over, and I kept winning like over and over, and it was like I wasn't complaining, but what am I gonna do with 100 rubber duckies? But basically, my final thoughts on Indiana Beach was it was a fun time. Like it was a really fun time. Like the only ride I was pretty let down by was the Scrambler. I remember that being like so crazy. I remember that being like the craziest Scrambler ever, but it was just kind of slow. But I mean, it's been a few years, so. And also, the Tilt World was pretty fun. So yeah, and we also did the Sky Ride. Like we did the Sky Ride. Um, which I've never been on a Sky Ride, so I was like freaking out because like I mean, obviously you're not gonna have like a seatbelt over the shoulder restraint, like you're not gonna have all that, but like just a bar and a huge gap in between that can literally fit me in between two little bars hanging off of each side. Yeah, that was great, and also I'm pretty sure our vehicle had like a giant hole in the middle, like just a giant hole. So I'm just like grabbing on, and my brother just wanted to do it because to get over his fear of heights or something. And like I I didn't really want to do it because like I don't like it. But like here's the thing, it stopped in the middle. Like we're at the top, and I'm like looking down, and we're around the same height as Hoosier Hurricane at this point, and it just stops. Like it just reached the top, and like every time you reach like another point, like another support, it shakes. And this just stopped and it started swaying. I was like, this is the day I die. But I mean, Indiana Beach is pretty sketchy, but I still loved it. I still really loved it. Like, it was one of the best experiences of my life, and I highly recommend going towards Indiana Beach. I highly recommend it. Like, you have no idea how much fun I had there. Like, it felt surreal when I went. I didn't think it was real. Like, it was nice. Like, really nice. To just go there and have a blast. Like, so yeah. That was my thoughts on Indian Beach. If I had to rate it out of 10, I'd give it easily 9.5 out of 10. Like, the pizza we had was amazing. Like, best pizza I've ever had, even from regular chains. Best pizza. I know pizza is a very common choice. The last time we went, we ate at like Crow's Nest or something like that. Right near like the water swings, which the water swings were off the main gondola. I think it's what you call that. But yeah, but it was really fun. We also played some carnival games, and I won some nice prizes. That's nice. So yeah, hope y'all enjoyed. That was fun. Alright, see you guys. See you in the next one.